Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell, and today we're here with Scott D. He is the Research Director at Pipestone Veterinary Services. So thanks for being with us today, Scott.
My pleasure, thank you.
Very good. Tell me a little bit about some of those key indicators that a producer should look for that are really a red flag that they should call their veterinarian.
Well, there's probably three levels. One is the most obvious, sick pigs, right? Dead pigs, sick pigs. Number two would be, say, production indicators from the records that performance isn't where it should be. Number three may just be results from routine surveillance, whatever the monitoring program for health is on the farm. So those are three basic levels of assessment. And if you see issues in either one of those two or three, you better call the vet.
Right, very good. And what are some of the practical, situations that have come up in the operation or the practice that you work with, where you've seen this kind of occurring?
Well, maybe the most unique is the first onset of porcine epidemic diarrhea in January of 2014, where we had several farms become infected all within a couple of days. Okay. And the link between those farms was they all received feed at a specific time to a specific bin to a specific population of pigs, which became the index cases. So the pigs that ate that feed delivered to that specific bin were the first clinically affected animals. And so the link that feed could potentially be a transmission vehicle became, oh wow, look at this. And so how best to sample it? We actually went into the bins with big paint rollers and collected feed material from inside those bins and looked for whether the virus was there. It was, and we also then fed it to pigs experimentally to prove they could become infected. So we proved for the first time that PED virus could be transmitted through feed.
Very good. And what led you to the feed to start with? How did you get to that point?
Sure. Well, these farms all had a feed outage, and they all needed feed delivery. And the feed went to a specific tank, a specific bin. And the animals that consumed that feed were the index cases. They became sick first. And so there was something happening there with whatever was in those bin, that specific bin on each of those farms. That was our first point of thinking, gosh, maybe feed could be a vehicle here. We better figure out a way somehow to sample that bin and that feed material to see whether if that could be, proof that virus was present or not.
Right, so communications and then diagnostics.
Yep, and then the clinical epidemiology, just seeing the cases and how they might be related, and with the feed delivery being the one common denominator.
Very good. And it sounds like as part of these, where you have multiple sites, it's kind of about communication and really going back and looking at the records and looking, digging into it, right?
Yep. Our vet group, this was happening amongst different veterinarians.
Right.
We basically all sat down and talked about it together and shared case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's what's in common across all these cases. So it was a quick communication, but it led to a very good link that we went and investigated.
Very good. And it seems like, one of the positive outcomes of PDV is that people are communicating more.
Very much so, yeah. Truly, that's a big difference from, say, when PRRS showed up in the United States.
Very good. Well, thanks so much for all the
information
today, Scott.
My pleasure.
This is Sarah Mikesell reporting.